Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather and today we're going to be reacting to the Goodreads Choice Awards, specifically the thriller category, because I asked my Instagram which books they want me to read for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and they said thriller. So we're going to look together. I have not seen it yet. I just went on to Goodreads this morning to, do a book review and realized, hey, Goodreads Choice Awards are already up. I thought they were going up on the 12th, but no, they went up today. So let me get all my stuff together. Oh no, my work computer is not liking that. It's doing weird stuff. So maybe I'll move you over here. It's a little bit darker, but it's safer because I'll put my computer right here in front of you. Okay, so let's look at the categories right quick first, okay? They have fiction, historical fiction, mystery, thriller, romance, romantasy, fantasy, science fiction, horror, debut, audiobook. Oh, they put adult fantasy or young adult fantasy and sci-fi, that category together. Was that like that last year? Adult fiction, nonfiction, memoir, and historical. Okay, so we're gonna go into the mystery thriller category. So I have read from Richard Osman before. I did not like the first book, so I don't think I'm gonna get into that. I did read Famous Last Words. What did I give that? I gave it a 2.5. So I did not like that one. I don't want to read that. The Window. I read Beautiful Ugly, and I ended up giving it a 3. Of course, Freida McFadden's on here. Heartwood. Don't Let Him In. I do have that one on my bookshelf already. Gone Before Goodbye. Forget Me Not. I have that on my bookshelf. Ooh, Vera Wong's on there. The second one. How many freaking Freida McFaddens are going to be on this list? Are you serious? Okay. The Missing Half. The Perfect Divorce. God. Seriously? That's what's on here? We're All Guilty Here. So Karen Slaughter. I have The Ghostwriter. King of Ashes is on here. The Secret of Secrets. I am completely and 100% disappointed with this list. Are you telling me that Freida McFadden has 3 freaking books on this list? 3? And I read 1, 2. I've read 2 books off of this list. But Freida McFadden has 3 books on here. And then that Reese Witherspoon book, Gone Before Goodbye. This is a horrible list. This list is freaking horrible. Like, this is bad. This is bad. Okay. So I'm gonna be reading some books off this list. I'm not reading all of them because no, I'm not doing that to myself. We're just gonna go on to the romance to see if that list is any better. I already see a few that are on here that I figured that were gonna be on here. We got a Megan Quinn, Liz Tom Ford, Ali Hazelwood, obviously, Abby Jimenez, obviously. There's 2 Ali Hazelwoods on here. First Time Caller. I have been wanting to read that, and I do have that on my bookshelf. Spiral, Love Arranged, The Favorites. I've heard that The Favorites was really good. Ooh, I do have Tourist Season on my bookshelf by Bryn Weaver. If It Makes You Happy, figured that was going to be on there too. Wild Side, The Gingerbread Bakery. There's Kennedy Ryan, thank the Lord. Emily Henry has one on here. Scythe and Sparrow. I do have Scythe and Sparrow on my like wait list for my library. You know what? I love my Instagram followers, but I'm just gonna pick a few from each of the categories that I typically would, because that thriller category, it has me mad right now. So there are a few on here. I'm glad to see Kennedy Ryan on there. She deserves all the praise. Obviously, Emily Henry. I did not like that book. I gave that book 2-star. The Great Big Beautiful Life. It's not even... I read that. Yeah, I read that. I don't know why it's not listed on there. And that's another thing about Goodreads too, is they have different versions of the book, but I did read that and I gave it 2 stars. Ooh, King of I'm sorry, I'm still reeling over that. King of Envy. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I have a few on here that I would like to read. Okay, so there's that. I'm just curious to see what romantasy is. I do wish there were more indie authors, obviously, and more diverse authors on that list, because it's the same people over and over and over again every year. I'm already mad about this one too. Okay, we have Onyx Storm. I'm not reading that. Bonds of Hercules. I've seen that. Is that the first one? It's the freaking second one. Oh my god. Seriously? Never heard of Rose in Chains, but Julie Soto wrote, what is that book called? Forget Me Not, and I absolutely freaking love that book, so that's a contender. Our Vicious Oaths, never heard of it. Shield of Sparrows, that's the first one, okay. The Night and the Moth, I've heard so-so things about that, but I'm interested in this one. I thought that it was the second one, but it's the first one. Immortal. Ooh, I have The Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. There's an Emily Wilde book on here. Ellie Hazelwood again for Mate. Enchantra. I do have Enchantra. How is Alchemist on here? And it just came out. I'm not reading that book though, sorry. Silver Elite, heard horrible things about that book. The Wrath and the Fallen. Ooh, my Amber Nicole. Even though that book just came out. I haven't even read the second one yet. I need to get on that. Accomplice to the Villain. I believe that's like the third one, right? Yeah. Irresistible Urge to Follow. I'm not reading that one either. I do have Wild Reverence on my list to read. I read On Wings of Blood and I gave it a 3.5. And then The Song, that's the third one. I haven't gotten to that one yet, but I did like the first and the second one. And then Dire Bond, never heard of it. A little bit more of diversity on here. Seems like it's still like the same people over and over again. Why am I... Does that surprise me? Oh my god, my computer just shut off. I'm having technical difficulties here. My computer just died super quick. So my thing just stopped. Okay. My computer just died, but it kept recording, so yeah, okay. So we're in the horror section. Obviously we have a Stephen King on there. The Haunting of Pain Hollow, I've heard about that. We got Chuck Tingle, we have Stephen Graham Jones. Ooh, We're Not Meant to Be Humans on here. When the Wolf Comes Home is on here. How Bad Things Can Get by, ooh, got Darcy Coates. Breathe In, Breathe Out. Or, I'm sorry, Breathe In, Bleed Out. I've heard really good things about that. Got a Gertie Hendricks, Bewitching. Love that book. The Lamb, heard really good things. There's that Mona Wad that everybody has been hating. Immaculate Conception. Like, this is a good list right here, okay? This is the list. This is my favorite list so far. The Possession of Alba Diaz. I read the Hacienda earlier, like it was earlier this month, and I loved that book. Bad Eater, Coffin Moon, Hunger Stone. Like this is my favorite list. This is a good list. Play Nice, got my Rachel Harrison on there. What Hunger, Blood on Her Tongue. Absolutely love that book too. I've read the most on this list. This list makes me happy. Yeah. Let's see what the debut is. Let's see if I've heard of any of these. There's Junie. So my roundabout thoughts about these books. The thriller list was awful. Don't like it. The romance list is decent. Could be better. The horror list though, it was like, that's my favorite list, and I really, really want to read a lot of those books on that list. I do have some that I've already like set aside for specific videos. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to rethink some things on my TBR shelf, you know, because that horror category, I don't know. But those are my thoughts. Oh, Goodreads. But I will keep you updated and let you know like what I plan on doing with these books. I think I am gonna pick and choose from each category. So there's that. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the Goodreads Choice Awards this year, and if you're gonna read any, if you're going to participate in the voting and everything, just let me know. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.